Right guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're all having a good Saturday afternoon. Hope you've been enjoying the weather. It's been nice out. Just come back from a walk after a nice meal. So yeah, what I was gonna say, I think everything we go through in life, guys, it's to teach us something. I really do. I mean, everything we go through, to teach us what we need to know at that specific time. Like, God's always trying to teach us things. That's all I can say. And until you've learned that lesson, it'll keep teaching you, and you won't move on until you learn that lesson. This is life. Do you know what I mean? This is God. This is what He does, kind of thing. But yeah. He can make a way sometimes where there's no way as well. He does do that sometimes. But often he'll let you learn your lesson. That's all I can say. Often he'll let you learn your lesson, and yeah, whatever that lesson is, whether it's to do with karma, being responsible, whatever it is, do you know what I mean? He'll let you learn that lesson until you've learned it, basically. But what I've realised now, guys, is life when you're following God, it's kind of like all an illusion, really. It's gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, but hear me out. Like, it's more spiritual than it is physical, I believe. Like, life is, because we battle not against the flesh, but principalities and powers in the heavenly realms, kind of thing. And that's what it says in the Bible. So, going on that, you have to think it's more spiritual, and if it's more spiritual, then you really don't need to be afraid of the storms of life, because ultimately God's in control. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately God's in control, and He can calm the storm just like that when He chooses, whenever He chooses to. He'll only let you go through what you need to go through, and then He'll calm the storm. It's about having faith. Do you know what I mean? It's about having faith when the fiery arrows come, when people or demons or whatever you want to call it, fire fiery arrows at you for whatever reason. Maybe because you're going against what they want, or whatever it is, or just the devil's coming against you. Just don't worry about it. Just keep the faith. Do you know what I mean? Because the devil's gonna come against you. That's his job. Do you know what I mean? But just keep the faith. That's all I'll say. Because that's the most important thing in life, your faith, in my eyes at least, because that's what will see you through anything, and that's what makes all the difference. It's impossible to please God without faith. That's what it says. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's all about having faith. The more faith you got, the more you're willing to trust God, and you don't fear things like you perhaps used to, or like the rest of the world fears things. That's all I can say, because you know God's always in control. You've got that confidence. You've seen Him work before. You've seen Him get you through things before. You've seen Him calm the storm. You've experienced it. You can feel it. You can feel it in life. Like, there's like a presence there, and it's like guiding you, and it's like it's making things work that shouldn't work, and it's kind of like yeah, it's constant protection. That's all I can call it. That's all I can say. He's like constantly around you, protecting you. But you don't always realize it. You think it's just chance when you're in the world, when you're not following God. You think it's just chance that you get away with lots of things and that things go your way sometimes. But it's not chance. It's God. Do you know what I mean? But I couldn't see that before. You have to be careful though, because life's iffy, do you know what I mean? And it's a dangerous world. As long as you're not horrible to people, you'll be alright, that's all I can say. But if you like to say life and death's in the tongue, so if you like doing that a lot, then I wouldn't. You have to be careful, do you know what I mean? Because life and death's in the tongue, that's what the Bible says. So, um, but yeah, at the same time, God's merciful, and sometimes he forgives us for things he probably shouldn't, and he makes a way for us when can I say yeah, when really our sins deserve bad luck, or like something bad happening. Like he sometimes he has mercy, you know what I mean? That's all I can say. He has on me many times, so this is what I've noticed, and he's always in control. It's what I've come to learn. That's why I don't really fear much anymore, to be honest with you. I know that's going to make the devil come against me, but I'm not really bothered, do you know what I mean? It's, I got faith at the end of the day, so I know God's always watching over me and protecting me and guiding me and leading me, so that's all I care about, really, do you know what I mean? It's all I care about. So yeah, like I say, the fiery arrows will come. There's no two ways about that, because there's demons, you know what I mean? And demons don't like you especially when you speak with power, do you know what I mean? When you speak what God says into existence, they don't like it. So there's always some. Do you know what I mean? There's always going to be some. They don't like you speaking the truth. Do you know what I mean? So there's always going to be some resistance or something. Do you know what I mean? There always is, but if you've got the five guys, it's just know that God can calm the storm whenever He chooses, and He's in control. That's all I can say. But it takes time to develop faith. Do you know what I mean? It comes by reading the Word of God and by living life and seeing God, kind of like feeling the presence of God, and or like something that gets you through life. Do you know what I mean? And kind of like makes a way when maybe you think to yourself, sometimes you do things and you think, how did I get away with that? Do you know what I mean? How did like not in a bad way, but like just little sins. Do you know what I mean? A little like say you're having a bad day and you're reacting in a bad way to someone and you get away with it, and like the person could probably not being funny, but they could probably kick your ass. Do you know what I mean? And you get away with it, and it's like, was that just a person being nice? I don't think it was. I think that was God. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. Do you know what I mean? I think that was God right there. Call me mad. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I've experienced this, so you might think I'm mad. You might think I'm talking a load of cack, but it's fine. You can do. This is what I've experienced in my life, and this is what I believe to be true. So, and this is what I experienced even before I found God. I feel like God was watching over me even back then, to be honest. Even though things were harder in a lot of ways, he was still watching over me, trying to lead me to Him. That's all I can say. It's what He's always trying to do, trying to lead us to Him. Do you know what I mean? It often comes when we reach rock bottom, and that's often how it happens. Not always, do you know what I mean? But sometimes it takes that for us to realise we need Him. Sometimes it does, do you know what I mean? Not always though, because everyone's got different purpose in life and different reason for being, kind of thing. But But yeah, I think sometimes God will let us reach rock bottom so that we know He's the rock at the bottom kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? As I seen on Facebook the other day, someone said some homeless guy hold up a banner and it said something like, God let me reach rock bottom, so I found he was the rock at the bottom kind of thing. So, do you know what I mean? It's what he said on there, like some post. But yeah, it doesn't always take that. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't always take that, um, but sometimes it can do. I guess. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people just evolve and learn and grow um, and start realizing that. Well, hopefully, do you know what I mean? And start realizing that God, that they need God kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But many people think they're too far gone to be forgiven, and they think that sins are too great, and they think, "Oh, God can't forgive me." Do you know what I mean? It's all lies of the devil. God accepts you as you are. It's all I can say. Accepts you as you are, warts and all. Do you know what I mean? No one's perfect. Do you know what I mean? In one way or another, no one's perfect. God accepts you as you are. He loves all His children and creation. This is the truth. He wants a relationship with all His creation. But yeah, a lot of the time we want to do our own thing and we want to live how we want to live, and we just think we know better. Do you know what I mean? This is just how it is a lot of the time for people in life. You find it isn't until they go through some real problems or struggles that they realise, you know what, I needed God all along. Do you know what I mean? That was the missing piece of the puzzle. God, do you know what I mean? People go through the whole lives without realizing that. Many people realize it on their deathbeds when they come face to face with Jesus. Do you know what I mean? All I can say is, bury your head in the sand as much as you want. You can, you know, be ignorant, think, it's a fairy tale, think, uh, do you know what I mean? I don't need God. I've got it all worked out. You've only got it worked out because God let you have it worked out. Do you know what I mean? And He can pull the rug from under you whenever He chooses. This is the truth. Do you know what I mean? He's merciful. He gives us time. Sometimes He lets us live our lives, but do you know what I mean? It's we've all got to make that choice one day, whether it's on our deathbed or now, kind of thing. So, but yeah, everyone thinks differently. You can't tell people how to live. Do you know what I mean? They have to learn it for themselves. They have to live their lives and make the mistakes and learn it all for themselves. Just like I've got to learn certain things, and everyone's got to learn certain things. But yeah, that's all I want to say really. But yeah, God is the truth. Do you know what I mean? He's the truth. It's the truth. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. Can reject it, live our lives how we want to live it, and pretend like it ain't the truth, but it doesn't go away. Do you know what I mean? We can take drugs, we can drink it away, we can sex it away, we can try and do all these things to try and distract from the truth, but the truth's the truth. Do you know what I mean? And God is the truth. So, at least in my eyes, in a lot of people's eyes, to be honest with you, it's not like, I think the way things are going in the world, people are starting to question things more and more. A lot of people believe in God. I think there's a hell of a lot of people who believe in God. They see the world and the way it's going and the things that go on and stuff, and they think, you know what? why are them celebrities talking about the devil all the time? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is this happening around the world? Why is there wars when the Bible said there's going to be rumours of wars and wars in the end times, and pestilence like COVID and earthquakes and wildfires and all this sort of stuff, like everything the Bible predicted back in how many thousands of years ago? It's all happening, and call it coincidence if you want. Fair enough, do you know what I mean? But I don't think that's coincidence somehow, do you know what I mean? You gotta take the blinkers off it and the tie, do you know what I mean? It says what it says and it's happening, so it's unlikely it's coincidence, do you know what I mean? So it's all I can say. But yeah, you can't make people awaken, you can't you can't you can't tell people how to live. They have to learn it for themselves. That's all I can say. But yeah, this is what I think, and this is what I believe in. So that's all I can say. I'm not saying you have to agree with me or follow what I follow, but yeah, it works out how it works out. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. So just does. But yeah, it's all in God's hands. So it's God's in control, like I was saying earlier. Um, so yeah, that's all I can say really. God's in control. Yeah, that's it. We may think we're in control. We may think that, but we're really not in control at all. Not at all. Even the strongest of us ain't in control. That's the truth. I used to be strong. I used to be very strong. I used to hammer curl. What was it? 47.5s, and that was easy to hammer curl. This was about a year ago. You don't have to believe me, but it's the truth. If you spoke to anyone who knew me, they'd tell you it was the truth. Because they've seen me do it, do you know what I mean? Or they've heard of me doing it, so they know it's the truth. And I was a lot bigger than what I am now, and a lot stronger, and yeah, and that was, like I say, 47.5s, and it was easy enough, do you know what I mean? So I probably could have done probably 55. And you know what I mean? That's pretty strong, do you know what I mean? Stronger than most MMA fighters, do you know what I mean? And probably heavyweight MMA, light heavyweight MMA fighters. Probably stronger than a lot of them. So, um, yeah, it's not about strength though, it's about spirit. It's not by strength or by might, it's by the Spirit of the Lord. Do you know what I mean? I feel more confident now than I did back then. As nuts as that sounds, and I was a lot stronger, I was a lot more formidable back then, but I feel more confident in myself now because I've got faith. Do you know what I mean? I feel more confident to face things now than what I did back then. Because there's a lot of when the demons come against you, it's like it don't matter about the person. You could probably overpower the person. That's probably the likelihood. Do you know what I mean? If it was like how it was, you probably could. Do you know what I mean? But you can't overpower a demon because fallen angels, they're a lot stronger than humans. Do you know what I mean? And they don't always look like they're strong, but they're strong. They're stronger than the biggest man. They can close the mouth of lions. Do you know what I mean? This is what it says in the Bible. Angels can close the mouth of lions. So fallen angels, they might be fallen, they might be demons, whatever, but still angels. They've still got that power. So you got to be aware of this. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, when I was strong, I was having a lot of demonic activity happening, and it didn't matter how strong I was at that particular time. That was the season I was in. God was using it for whatever reason. Maybe it was lead me in a path he wanted me to go in, but I think I've kind of veered away from that path now. I was the real strong guy, like, and God was strengthening me. I don't know what he was trying to make me into, but I could sense he wanted me to be a leader. That's what I could sense, and that's what he was kind of downloading to me back then. But now I feel like I've gone a different route. Do you know what I mean? I've gone a different route now, so I feel like my purpose necessarily isn't that now. It's different. Do you know what I mean? Probably I don't know for sure. Do you know what I mean? But I'd say it's probably different because they've got no interest in lifting heavy weights now, and being really strong. I'd rather look good than be. I'd rather look decent. Do you know what I mean? And nice and healthy and everything and stuff like that than be I guess you could call that, as Andrew Tate calls it, a masculine man. Do you know what I mean? The real strong. Do you know what I mean? Like masculine men, like who's. Do you know what I mean? I don't really want to. It's not. Yeah, I don't think that's me anymore, but I could be wrong. God might throw me a curveball. I don't know, but I'm kind of happy as I am right now. So, do you know what I mean? I'm happy being the slimish, I guess, average-looking dude. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe, yeah, I'm happy being that guy right now. I don't want to be the strong masculine dude. The warrior. I don't want to do that. I was never that in the beginning. When I was younger, I was very much a lover, and I feel like, yeah, God, I haven't got it now because, like I say, life's took its toll on me. My hair's receded a bit. I don't look as good as what I used to look. But before my hair started receding, I would say God gifted me with decent looks. I will say that was a gift He gave me. So yeah, that was one of the gifts He gave me. So, but yeah, I don't feel like I've got that gift now. Really, I'm not bad. Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't say I'm a good-looking guy now. I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? People may disagree. Do you know what I mean? People may think I have been told I'm quite handsome by women before, but yeah, I don't believe it myself. It's about what you believe yourself in it, and I don't think I'm all that now. But some women may disagree. Do you know what I mean? But having said that, I've got time to work on myself. So so yeah, but I'm not that bad. Do you know what I mean? I might not be like a model or nothing, but I ain't that bad. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them. But yeah, it's not about looks anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's just because God gave me that gift. That's probably why I care about it a bit. Do you know what I mean? Because I used to be, like I say, God did give me the gift of good looks when I was younger. I was very desirable. All the girls pretty much wanted me. Do you know what I mean? So and if well, they did in the early secondary school and in the later secondary school, I would say. A lot of girls did like me, do you know what I mean? And if you speak to anyone who was around at them times, they'd probably say the same thing. I'm probably not lying, do you know what I mean? In what I say, so yeah, but yeah, it's just because God, like I say, God gave me that gift. So I guess that's why I think about it. And I guess it's just about being the best version of yourself you can be anyway, do you know what I mean? It's like I say, I ain't got it like I used to have it, nothing like, but I try and be the best version of myself, that's all I can say. I may not be a stud anymore, do you know what I mean? I'm not that guy anymore, unfortunately, do you know what I mean? That's how my life's gone. I've had to learn lessons and um, I've paid the price for some of those lessons. In terms of my looks and stuff like that. So, but it all happened for a reason, and I'm a better person now because of it. So, That's the main thing. Like I've said before, I was too full of myself when I was younger, and I cared too much about how I looked, and that was somewhat of the problem. I feel like God had to humble me, um, and He did. Do you know what I mean? For a long time, I was having my scalp was really bad. I was having like oil rubbed on my head when I was having my hair cut and stuff because my scalp was so bad. I would always shave my head because my scalp was so bad. But yeah, this didn't happen straight away. For a while, I was like I had the best head of hair ever, but I don't know. I don't know if it was depression because of what was going on, like in my life and stuff at the time, or whether it was God kind of like correcting me and saying you need to be humble and you need to not put so much value in this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that was the case. Maybe it was a bit of both. I do not know. I don't know, to be honest. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what was what there. Only God knows. But yeah, I've changed a lot since back then. If someone's seen photos of me back then compared to now, yeah, it's like it's night and day difference. I don't look like the same person, but as people have commented before, but I'm a better person now, so I wouldn't change it. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't. And like I say, God's restored my hair somewhat. Do you know what I mean? It's not as good as what it once was, but it was really bad for a while. Anyone who knows me back in the day knows I used to shave my head all the time because I had bad scalp. And yeah, I haven't got bad scalp now. So do you know what I mean? God's healed me of that kind of thing, but I'm just not as desirable as what I once was. But it's all good. Sure there's someone out there who likes me, so that's the main thing. Do you know what I mean? That's the main thing, kind of thing. And that's what it all boils down to. Do you know what I mean? You don't always get what you want in life, but you often get what you need. And um, as someone once said to me, and what else can I say? Yeah, and sometimes that can be even better than what you wanted. Do you know what I mean? In every way, sometimes. Or in some ways at least, you know what I mean? So that's how it can work out sometimes. Life has a funny way of working out, that's all I can say. But yeah, God, this is a long, long video. This is the longest video I think I've ever done. Talking for ages, but yeah, anyway guys, I'm gonna leave it there because the video is like so long. It's nearly 30 minutes long, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have had a good day. Love you all. Keeping you all in my prayers. Take care. God bless. Much love, and I'll be back soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Bye. Thank you, guys. Love you all, guys. Thank you. Bye.